Hi everyone, my name is Courtney and I am Fiber Fox Studios. Welcome to Mosaic Monday. For today's tutorial, we are going to be visiting Dahlia's Diamonds again, and this time we are going to work the half diamond tutorial in this video today. You will be able to use the half diamond orientation and the full diamond together to create projects that will have a secondary design that is a striped chevron, shown here and up here, rather than stacking the full diamond and getting a secondary design that is just a striped diamond. Great either way, you can use them in a combination. In today's video, we are going to focus on working our half diamond, and we're going to be working in the same multiple of 20 plus 4. You're going to need at least 2 colors of yarn in your favorite crochet hook. You can use any yarn and any size hook that you want. I do have recommendations of what I recommend to use and what hook size with what yarn down in the description, along with a link to the Etsy shop if you are interested in purchasing the chart set. But of course, please never ever have to. I'm going to teach you the entire design here in the video like I always do. Also, down in the description, I am going to make sure I link the how-to playlist and the mosaic finishing playlist. Those both have videos on it that are super helpful for some of the new people that are here learning mosaic crochet with me. So I want you to grab at least 2 colors of yarn or your swatch or project from last week and get ready to join in and work the half diamond pattern right now in this tutorial. So to begin, we are going to be working in a multiple of 20 plus 4 at the end. If you're starting a new project, you'll be chaining in multiples of 20 over and over, and then you will add 4 chains to the end of that chain count when you're working flat. If you're going to work in the round, you just simply chain in the multiple of 20 over and over, and then slip stitch to the first chain that you made to form a ring and begin working the repeats given in this video in that same stitch. For those of us who are going to be joining on from existing work from last week's full diamond tutorial, you will be joining on to your existing work after completing the final row on the full diamond, which is row 26. You will join on and begin working at row 3 in this tutorial for the half diamond. So that's what you'll be following, the same repeats that I'm giving row wise and on, repeating the entire design. Nothing changes. You just join on and start working at the beginning of the row repeats in order to join to your existing work. So hopefully that's not confusing. For the rest of us starting a new swatch, we are going to chain in that multiple of 20, and we're going to begin row number 1 right now. So if you're not ready, just pause the video. Otherwise, we're going to be skipping the first chain from our hook and moving here into that second chain, doing a traditional single crochet. So we go completely into the stitch under that V, and we finish out with a single crochet just like normal from there. Now we begin the repeat for row number 1, and that repeat's very simple. We're going to be working a back loop only single crochet in all of our stitches. So, we're picking up that back loop and then we single crochet just like normal from there. So working in the back loop, the stitch position is what makes it mosaic. I'll be referring to these as just single crochets on throughout the rest of the tutorial. And you will just know that when you're working the repeats, you are always working in the back loop only when doing a single crochet. So we need to work one of these in every stitch. And then in the very last stitch of the row, we need to do a traditional single crochet. We will meet up there so that I can make sure we do that correct. And we'll be binding off at the end of the row. So you can pause here and meet back up with me for the row end in just a moment. We are now here at the end of row 1, and we just have to do our final stitch of the row. All of our row ends will be worked exactly like I'm about to show you. The final stitch in the row always receives a traditional single crochet. So we go into that complete stitch under the V, and single crochet just like normal from there. Now we need to bind off, so I like to chain up 2, clip my yarn, and then cinch that down, which I'll do real quick for you. Let me just pull that out, the loop up, just like so. We place our thumb and index right above those chains, and we pull up on the tail while we push down with the thumb and index, and that makes that little tiny knot, and that's how we bind off. So now we're going to return to the start of our row. Hopefully my camera will focus. Ta-da! And now we're going to work into the very first stitch to join on with color B. So we worked row 1 in color A, and now it's time to join on, and this is how we join on every single row. We're going to first scoot that stitch right there. That's our turning chain. We're going to scoot it down out of our way to make sure we do not work into it. We want to look for that first V and go completely in under the V so that we're into that stitch. And now we grab color B. So for me, I'm actually going to be using this blue. And we just slip it on our hook, pull up the loop. Now we need to grab the chain, the working yarn and the tail, and we need to chain 1. So you want to make sure that you're grabbing both of those. Chain 1. You can now allow the tail to fall, and we go back into the same stitch, and we complete our traditional single crochet to finish our join on. So we grab and pull up a loop, and then we grab and pull through all of those little loops. Do, 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 do. There we go. Now we are going to begin our repeat for row 2, which is exactly like we did back on row 1. We are going to be working single crochet in each and every stitch all the way down. And we end with our final stitch in the row with a traditional single crochet. So just make sure you are always working in the back loop only when you're doing your single crochets. So we will be back in just a moment for row number 3. Row 3 begins now, and we are working in color A. Row 3's repeat begins immediately with 1 single crochet worked here into this next stitch. 1 double crochet. All of our double crochets will be worked exactly like this. You wrap your yarn just like normal. Identify the very next stitch and slide directly down 2 rows below and pick up that front loop that we left by doing the back loop only single crochets. Now we grab our yarn and pull up a loop. Grab and pull through 2, grab and pull through 2, just like normal. So from there, it's a normal double crochet. It's our position again that makes it mosaic, and it's used to cover up this second row here in this case. So our color B row, we're covering that up, and each double crochet takes up 1 stitch back here on this row. So you can see that one right there. When we put this double crochet back in its position, it covers it. And that's how we know that this next stitch is our very next stitch to work into. And we're going to continue with the repeat, which includes 17 single crochets now. So we're working 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. One double crochet will end our repeat. So right here, very next stitch. And that ends our repeat. So let's recap what we have done. Row number 3's repeat began with 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 17 single crochets, and we end our repeat with 1 double crochet. So you're going to continue to work this exact set over and over on down your row. I'm going to work the repeat with you one more time. So we're going to begin with that single crochet and we're going to work all those stitches again. So now our repeat for a second time for row 3 begins with 1 single crochet. So we're not skipping anything. We're just working 1 stitch into every stitch on our row. Then we move on with 1 double crochet. 17 single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and now we're going to work 1 double crochet to end our repeat for a second time. So that ends the repeat. So as you can see, as you work on down, you're going to have these long stretches of single crochets and then these little boxes that we're making when our repeat ends and begins again. So now we're going to work our row end. All of your row ends will be worked exactly as I'm about to explain. You are going to find at the end of our row, we always have, in this case, for this pattern, 2 stitches left. And we are going to be working the second to last stitch by restarting our repeat. So we're going to restart our repeat for 1 stitch. And then we know we always traditional single crochet here in that last stitch of the row. So for row 3, our repeat begins with a single crochet. So that's what we'll be working here into this next stitch. And then traditional single crochet in the last. You can chain up 2 and cinch that down to bind off. Row 4 begins now and we are working in color B. Row 4's repeat begins immediately and we do that by working 1 double crochet here into this next stitch. There we go. And we end the repeat by working 19 single crochets. So super easy repeat. Start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and last but not least, number 19. You can see our position when we end. We are here at the center of the pattern, in this case, the center of my swatch. And I've ended the pattern, my last single crochet, or I've ended the repeat. So the last single crochet lands right here on top of this double crochet. So let's recap what we've done. Row number 4's repeat, 1 double crochet, 19 single crochets. So when we start our repeat over and we do our double crochet, you can see that it's landing right here in that little box that we created. So that's kind of your landmark. You can use that as your cheater method. When you see your little box, your double crochet on this row lands in there. All the other stitches in between are single crochet. So you can continue to work on down your row. 1 double crochet, 19 single crochets, and of course you will be restarting the repeat for 1 stitch at the end of the row. So you're going to do a double crochet, the row end, and then a single crochet in the very last, the traditional. You know how we do. So we'll be back in just a moment for row number 5. Row 5 begins now, and we are working in color A. Row 5's repeat begins with 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, 13 single crochets. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1 double crochet, And we'll end our repeat by working 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. So that ends our repeat. So let's recap what we've done. Row number 5's repeat began over here with 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 13 single crochets, 1 double crochet, and we end with 2 single crochets. So you will continue to work that exact set of stitches over and over on down your row, and meet up with me when you're ready for row number 6 in just a moment. Row 6 begins now, and we are working in color B. Our repeat for row number 6 begins with 2 single crochets, 1, 2, 1 double crochet, 15 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and number 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, and that ends our repeat. So let's recap it. Row number 6 began with 2 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 15 single crochets, 1 double crochet, and we end the repeat with 1 single crochet. So you are going to continue to work that exact set of stitches over and over on down your row, and then we will meet up for row number 7 whenever you're ready. Row 7 begins now, and we are working in color A. Row 7's repeat begins by working 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, 9 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and number 9. 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, and we end the repeat with 1 double crochet. So let's recap what we've done. Row number 7's repeat began with 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 9 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, and we end with 1 double crochet. So continue to work that exact set of stitches. Row 8 begins now, and we are working in color B. Row 8's repeat begins with 1 double crochet, try that again. Now we're going to do 3 single crochets, 1, 2, and 3. 1 double crochet, 11 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1 double crochet, and we end the repeat by working 3 single crochets. 1, 2, and number 3. So that ends our repeat. Let's recap it. Row number 8's repeat began with 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 11 single crochets, 1 double crochet, and we end with 3 single crochets. So continue to repeat that exact set of stitches and meet up with me when you're ready for row number 9. Row 9 begins now, and we are working in color A. Row 9's repeat begins with 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, 5 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, and 3, 1 double crochet, and we will end our repeat by working 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. So let's recap what we have done. Row number 9's repeat began with 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 5 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet. We end with 2 single crochets. So continue to work that exact set of stitches, and we'll be back for row 10 whenever you're ready. Row 10 begins now, and we are working in color B. Row 10's repeat begins with 1 single crochet, 2 double crochets, 1, and number 2. 3 single crochets, 1, 2, and 3. 1 double crochet, 7 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and number 7. 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, and we end the repeat with 2 double crochets. 1 and number 2. So let's recap what we have done. Row 10's repeat began with 1 single crochet, 2 double crochets, 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 7 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, and we end with 2 double crochets. So continue to work that exact set and meet up with me when you're ready for row 11. Row 11 begins now, and we are working in color A. Row 11's repeat begins with 1 double crochet. 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, and 4 single crochets to end our repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that ends the repeat. Let's recap it. Row 11's repeat began with 1 double crochet, 4 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, and we end with 4 single crochets. So you'll begin back at the start of that repeat and continue to work on down your row. Meet up with me for row 12 whenever you're ready. Row 12 begins now, and we are working in color B. Row 12's repeat begins with 2 single crochets. There's 1 and number 2. Three double crochets. One, two, three, three single crochets. One, two, three, one double crochet, three single crochets, one, two, three, one double crochet, three single crochets, one, two, three, three double crochets, one, two, three, one single crochet to end that repeat. So let's recap what we've done. Row 12's repeat began with 2 single crochets, 3 double crochets, 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 3 double crochets, and we end with 1 single crochet. So you're going to continue to work that exact set of stitches and meet up with me when you're ready for row 13. Row 13 begins now, and we are working in color A. Row 13's repeat begins with 7 single crochets. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 double crochet, 2 single crochets, 1, 2, 1 double crochet, 2 single crochets, 1, 2, 1 double crochet, 6 single crochets will end our repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6. So let's recap what we have done. Row number 13's repeat began with 7 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 2 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 2 single crochets, 1 double crochet, and we end with 6 single crochets. So continue to work on down your row, and we'll be back in just a moment for row 14. Row 14 begins now, and we are working in color B. Row 14's repeat begins by working 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 7 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and number 7. 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 7 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we will end the repeat by working 1 double crochet. So let's recap what we have done. Row 14's repeat began with 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 7 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 7 single crochets, and we end with 1 double crochet. So continue to work that exact set of stitches all the way down your row, and we'll meet up in just a moment for row 15. Row 15 begins now, and we are working in color A. Row 15's repeat begins with 7 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 1 double crochet, 2 single crochets, 1, 2, 1 double crochet, 2 single crochets, 1, 2, 1 double crochet, 6 single crochets to end our repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6. So let's recap what we have done. Row 15's repeat began with 7 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 2 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 2 single crochets, 1 double crochet, and we end with 6 single crochets. So continue to work that exact set of stitches and meet up with me when you are ready for row 16. Row 16 begins now, and we are working in color B. Row 16's repeat begins with 2 single crochets, 1, 2, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and we will end the repeat with 1 single crochet. So let's recap what we have done. Row 16's repeat began with 2 single crochets, 3 double crochets, 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 3 double crochets, and 1 single crochet to end. So continue to work that exact set and meet up with me for row 17 when you're ready. Row 17 begins now, and we are working in color A. Row 17's repeat begins with 1 double crochet, 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, and we end with 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and number 4. So that ends the repeat. Let's recap it. Row 17's repeat began with 1 double crochet, 4 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, and we end with 4 single crochets. So continue to work that exact set to meet up with me when you are ready for row number 18. Row 18 begins now, and we are working in color B. Row 18's repeat begins with 1 single crochet, 2 double crochets, 1, 2, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, 7 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 2 double crochets to end the repeat. 1, and number 2. All right, so let's recap what we've done. Row 18's repeat began with 1 single crochet, 2 double crochets, 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 7 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, and we end with 2 double crochets. So continue to work this exact set of stitches and meet up with me for row 19. Row 19 begins now, and we are working in color A. Row 19's repeat begins with 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, 5 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, and we end with 2 single crochets. 1, 2. So let's recap what we have done. Row number 19's repeat began with 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 5 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, and we end with 2 single crochets. So continue to work that exact set of stitches. Meet up with me whenever you are ready for row 20. Row 20 begins now, and we are working in color B. Row 20's repeat begins with 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, 11 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets to end our repeat. 1, 2, 3. So let's recap what we've done. Row number 20's repeat began with 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 11 single crochets, 1 double crochet, and we end with 3 single crochets. Continue to work that exact set of stitches and meet up with me for row 21. Row 21 begins now, and we are working in color A. Row 21's repeat begins with 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, 9 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, and we end with 1 double crochet. So let's recap what we've done. Row number 21's repeat began with 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 9 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, and we end with 1 double crochet. So you will continue to work that exact set of stitches all the way down your row and meet up with me for row 22 in just a moment. Row 22 begins now, and we are working in color B. Row 22's repeat begins with 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, 1 double crochet, 15 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. 1 double crochet, and we end the repeat with 1 single crochet. So let's recap what we've done. Row 22's repeat began with 2 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 15 single crochets, 1 double crochet, and we end with 1 single crochet. So continue to work that exact set and meet up with me for row 23. Row 23 begins now, and we are working in color A. Row 23's repeat begins with 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, 13 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 1 double crochet, and 2 single crochets to end the repeat. 1, 2. So let's recap it. Row 23's repeat began with 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 13 single crochets, 1 double crochet, and 2 single crochets ends the repeat. So continue to work that exact set of stitches and meet up with me for row 24. Row 24 begins now, and we are working in color B. Row 24's repeat is very simple. We're going to work 1 double crochet followed by 19 single crochets. So we begin now with 1 double. Now we will work 19 single crochets. So super easy repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, sorry, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and number 19. So obviously, not worth recapping. Continue to work on down your row. This exact set of stitches, 1 double crochet, 19 single crochets over and over, and meet up with me for row 25 when you're ready. Row 25 begins now, and we are working in color A. Row 25's repeat begins with 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 17 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and number 17. 1 double crochet, and that ends the repeat. So let's recap it. Row 25's repeat began with 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 17 single crochets, 1 double crochet ends that repeat. So continue to work that exact set of stitches and meet up with me for row 26 when you're ready. If you were doing just one repeat of this design, you were going to end and move on to something else, or your project is over with at this point, you would then work only row 25 as your final row. Row 26 is a transition row. We'll be going over it next, because if you were repeating this design or bringing in the full diamond and using that next, you would need to complete row 26 before moving on to another pattern, or to the next pattern. So we'll be going over row 26, but I did want to let you know that if you are done with your project, you would stop at row 25. It's the same instruction that's on the full diamond tutorial as well. Same thing. So we're going to pause here, and I'll be back to show you row 26 in just a moment. Row 26 begins now, and we are working in color B. So row 26 is super simple. We are just going to be working our single crochet all the way across the row. And this is just a setup row. At this point in the pattern, if you were wanting to change color before going on to a new repeat of the design, this is the row that I would do it on. I would change color here at row 26. You could swap out color B. And then if you did want to swap out color A, you would do that when you're restarting the repeat at row 3. So from here, we're just going to work our single crochets in every stitch, working, of course, back loop only. And then we'll meet up one final time to talk about how you can repeat this design or move back to the full diamond and work that design in conjunction with this one. So we will be back in just a moment. So after you've completed row 26, from here you can rewind in this video back to row 3, and you would work rows 3 through 26 as many times as you want. Or what I truly recommend is that you go back to the full diamond tutorial, which I will have linked or put up on the screen somewhere, like up in here, for you to go back to that video, and you would work rows 3 through 26 to continue on with that pattern, giving you the staggered effect of the diamonds. So it's really up to you. You can do whatever you want with it. You can work other patterns, completely your choice, but that's just what I recommend. Your repeat rows, regardless of whether it's the half or the full diamond, you are going to be repeating the same rows 3 through 26 on each of those patterns. And then, of course, like I said previously, you will end your project by completing row 25 as your final row. You can do your color changes at row 3 to change out color A, and row 26 to change out color B when you're repeating the design. So right here, the end of the repeat, if I wanted a different color B, I would have changed it now. And then when I start this pattern or the full diamond over, I could change out my color A on the repeat restart at row 3. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm sorry if I've just confused you. I wasn't trying to. Hopefully you have enjoyed this tutorial. And if you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, as always, I really appreciate you for watching. Bye for now.